Welcome back to the basement, everybody. I'm Elijah McKeown from the city of Pembroke, and this is Hockey Town Hangouts, brought to you by our good friends at HGS Canada. We'll have new episodes for you every Friday night right here on Facebook and YouTube at 7 p.m. and on your TV, channel 700 at 9 p.m. And check your local listings for reruns throughout the week as they continue to air the show. This week promises to be another great episode of Hockey Town Hangouts. We've got a couple of awesome interviews for you coming up. We've got local recording artist April Verch here coming home, as well as former QMJHL and CCHL defenseman Patty Kyte here joining us, as well as a couple of musical sets from Keira Roberts. It's going to be a fantastic show for you tonight. Don't miss out. We've got 33% more guests and 90% less facial hair than normal, so don't look away. If you're watching this with us on a Friday night, it's a great opportunity to order in from your favorite local restaurant. There's over 35 of them open tonight for you. If you're watching this and it's not Friday night, you're in luck. There's over 40 of them open for you tonight. Order in. We've got the link right here below for you. Otherwise, if you're watching online, it's in the description for you. Click on that to be taken and see all the phone numbers for you. You can use the Valley Eats app as well to get contactless delivery right to your door. Over 20 restaurants in the city use that app to help you with your delivery. There are many local charitable organizations as well which address different needs in our community who need support as we work through this pandemic together. We're going to include some links in the description in our online videos and flash some info throughout the episode on the screen. If you're able to, please support these groups in their endeavors to strengthen vulnerable and at-risk groups in our area. They're doing some great work, and they need some help where they can. So please, if you are able to, lend your support. At all times, please do remember, follow all health regulations as they come down, and be aware that the city of Pembroke is still around for whatever you may need. Find more info at our website right here above me and on our social media pages. Without further ado, it's Friday night. We're feeling all right. Let's hang out.
Friday night, thinking that we just might run away to someplace sweet. We can be who we are. No, we can be who we are.
All right, here on Hockey Town Hangouts. Before launching her professional career, she was the first woman to win both the Canadian Grand Masters and Canadian Open Fiddling Championships. She has now released 12 solo recordings and has received Juno, Canadian Folk Music, and Independent Music Awards and nominations for several of those releases. We are thrilled to welcome April Verch back home virtually to the Ottawa Valley. April, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks for having me. I'm glad to do this, but I wish it wasn't just virtual.
Absolutely. And it's a pleasure to get to sit down with you again. It's been a few years.
It has, yeah.
And how are you doing right now, and how have you been?
I'm doing okay. My husband and I are healthy, and so are both of our families. So we're thankful for that. Obviously, we haven't been touring. I think our last tour was the end of February. And so everything started canceling in March. And right now we're canceled through September. Still waiting to see what the fall and early next year will look like. I think it's just too soon to say. So yeah, I think like everyone else, we've been trying to make the best of the unexpected time at home, you know?
And so we all know who are watching tonight. Where are you joining us from tonight, April?
I'm joining you from Asheville, North Carolina. It's raining here. It's a dreary day, and the lighting in the house was bad, so I decided to come outside. So I'm sitting on the porch in the rain. Kind of nice.
And how has North Carolina been during all of this?
You know, just because I've been in such close contact with home, I would say that things have have mainly been the same in terms of lockdown and what you can and can't do and should and shouldn't, all that good stuff. There's probably a higher number of cases and deaths, unfortunately, in the States in general. But as far as we're concerned, we're lucky that we're out in the country by a stream, not in a high rise in a city where we can't get outside. And so, we've really just been holing up at home and trying to keep in touch with everybody, you know, by Zoom like this and phone and all that good stuff.
So personally, how have you and your husband been spending these past couple of months?
There's a surprising amount of work still to do for the business, even though we're not touring and even though we're not making any money. there's a lot of work to be done, just in terms of rescheduling and canceling. And then, of course, we've done some online shows, and they take the same amount of promotion and hours in getting the word out. I've been doing quite a bit of teaching on Zoom, so fiddle and step dance lessons. My husband carves wooden spoons and knives, so he's had more time to do that since we've been home, and we've been selling those. So I keep, you know, I have this like long list of things that I thought I would do in all my spare time, but it still seems like the days fly by and there's not that much spare time, you know. It's been busy, but it's we're also recording. We have some home studio equipment now that we got, so I'm working on a children's album, which I'm really excited about. I would have never thought of doing it before this. So that's been cool, but yeah, we're just trying to keep a routine. Like every day I wake up, I work out, I have breakfast, I spend the morning working on emails and business stuff, then I might take some time to record. But I think it's really helped just to try and have some sense of a routine.
Absolutely. Now, what have been some little fun things that have helped you to get through some of the rougher days and everything that we've been experiencing?
You know, we've been getting some really nice notes from people, sometimes on social media or sometimes it's an email. And they're not long, but it's just like people checking in, people that we've met in our travels from all over the world saying, how are you guys doing? You know? And that's really meant a lot to us and sort of brightened up some of the harder days. Obviously, just keeping in touch with family. I mean, it's sort of a weird feeling to finally not be touring constantly. And I felt like, you know, I've missed so much and I miss being at home. And now I have all this time and I can't be at home. You know, we're here, we can't cross the border. So that's been a little bit hard. I'm pretty homesick, you know, to be honest.
Now, as we mentioned, this touring constantly, you're celebrating 20 years of touring with the April Verch Band this year, and it just so happens to be 2020. What have been some of these memories over the past 2 decades for you with the band on the road that really stand out for you?
Oh gosh, there's been so many, and I've been trying to do special little things this year to sort of celebrate. So it's meant looking back through a lot of pictures. There's been a lot of band members over 20 years. Yeah. And so I think that's one of the things that sticks out to me the most is just how many great people I've had the chance to work with. You know, I'm lucky. I mean, I get to have all the glory and the celebration, but it hasn't just been me. You know, there's been the other musicians, there's agents and managers and publicists, and I've really worked with a lot of great people. And so I think that's what sticks out the most. It's just like, it really is about the journey, you know?
Absolutely. And throughout the past couple of months, as you alluded to earlier, you've been leading these online fiddle and step dance lessons. And really, there's no one better for anyone to learn from, I don't think. How have these lessons been going? And is there still a way for anyone to sign up if they're just learning about this now? if they want to take these lessons now or in the future, if if this keeps on going for a little while?
Yeah, the best place to check is just at my website, which is aprilverch.com. I sort of have everything up on the homepage there where you can check out what's available. Right now, all my slots are full, but it seems to change periodically. I think a lot of people, had extra time, but now some of them are heading back to work, that kind of thing. So it fluctuates a little bit. But yeah, I try to keep the home page up to date with everything that's coming up. Like right now, our interview is up there, and then next week if there's a different live stream, it's just like whatever's coming up is there for people to check out. So if they're interested, they can head over, and my email's on the website too. So people are always welcome to just send me a note and see what's happening.
Right on. Absolutely. Now you're up for a Juno again this year, as Once a Day has been nominated for Best Traditional Roots Album. It won't get to be a traditional Junos this year, of course, but how does it feel to be recognized like this for your work on this big of a musical platform in Canada?
It's amazing. I try not to put too much stock into awards and nominations because I think that's just something I've learned along the way, but I can't deny that it doesn't feel great just to be recognized by, your peers and by Canada for something that I've really spent my life working towards, and also this album in particular, it features a lot of classic country from the Valley. So it feels like, yeah, Valley, it's not just about me, it's about all of those musicians and songwriters and fans that carry that tradition on, which is, such a big part of who I am and what I do.
Absolutely. Now, as we lead from that right into this. You're not here in the Ottawa Valley with us right now, but we know the love that you have for the area, and we know the love that the area has for you. What are some things right now that you love or miss right now most about the area?
Well, my family, of course.
Of course.
I also really missed being home for maple syrup time. My dad was helping a friend in his maple syrup bush and keeping me up to date, but I didn't get to be there and collect saps and be part of that tradition, which was part of my family. Yeah, I feel in some ways that I'm not missing out on too much in the Valley right now because I'd probably just be locked up with everybody else anyway. But I think, as things start to open up and summer rolls around, it'll be hard not to be there for, concerts in the park and at the marina and all that good stuff, just sort of enjoying downtown a little bit too.
Absolutely. What are you looking forward to most about once you're able to, whenever you're able to, about getting back on the road and touring once again?
Definitely connecting with audiences. I mean, we're still able to play music, but when you're not sharing it with people and sort of gauging their reaction in the moment and getting energy from them, it's not the same. The live concerts that we've done, we've felt that. You almost have to sort of be thinking about who might be watching or who said they might watch so that you can act like they're in the audience. So you have that reciprocal feeling a little bit. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most. But I'm also scared about what it's going to be like to go back out on the road. Especially scared about getting on an airplane. And we have a lot of overseas stuff planned for early next year. So I guess none of it's a given that it'll happen at this point. So far, everything that's canceled for us, it's been canceled because the venues are closed and they're not allowed to be open. At some point, it may come down to venues being open and us not feeling comfortable traveling yet, depending where things are. So yeah, it's an interesting and challenging time, but I think we just keep taking it day by day.
Absolutely. Okay, we'll do a quick lightning round to end us off then with just a few fun ones to finish us out. What's been your go-to pandemic snack food?
Ooh, there's been a lot.
Me too.
I've been eating more chips than usual. I try not to snack on chips at night,
That's
but I
fair.
sort of just broke down and was like, no, it's a pandemic. It's okay.
Has there been a go-to flavor?
Okay, this is a Valley thing, or maybe it's a my family thing, and my husband thinks it's gross. But I like to get the Ruffles plain chips and then put my own white vinegar on them.
Wow, right on. I'll take it. Do you have a go-to show to rewatch over and over again right now?
No, I hardly ever rewatch anything or reread anything. Yeah, it's always something new when I take time for it.
Right on, something new. Keep it fresh. Who's your favorite Canadian musical artist?
You want me to pick one?
We're putting the pressure on you. Or someone you love.
Mac Beatty.
Right on. Who is someone that has done something great for you over the past couple of months?
We've had some fans send us donations without asking for them. And that's been really touching. Yeah, just sort of choked us up, and we're so grateful. Yeah.
And what is your number one favorite spot to hang out in the Ottawa Valley?
Golden Lake camping.
Right on. Good place to pick. April Verch, everybody. Find her on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and at aprilverch.com to see what she's up to, stay up with the latest. She's doing some awesome stuff right now and making some great music. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, April. Please take care, stay safe, and we hope to see you in person soon. And we look forward to catching up more with you in the future.
Same to you. Thanks.
And we're continuing our Hockey Town Hangouts here on a Friday night, joined here tonight by former QMJHL and CCHL defenseman Patty Kyte. Thank you, Patty, for joining us here tonight. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks, Elijah. Thanks for having me, man. It's a pleasure.
So, Patty, let's start it off. How's life, man? How are you doing?
I'm doing well. You know, it's difficult times like this. You kind of get your mind on other things. Just helping around the house. I got my brothers are all home, so it's nice to have them home. It's been a while since we've all been home. Just trying to keep busy. Got some schoolwork to do, but in the meantime, you know, just staying home and staying safe until things are getting better.
And so you're back here in Pembroke then, right?
I am back in Pembroke, yeah.
And so it's nice in that regard for you to be back, able to spend some time with your family then?
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, my dad's out and working in Nova Scotia, but because of COVID, we all kind of came home. I was up in Chicoutimi and came home. My brother Joe's in Toronto, so we're all back in the nest, all just chilling and getting along. It's good.
And what have you really been spending your time with over these couple months? You know, doing some schoolwork. What's been, you know, getting your time over these couple months?
Yeah, schoolwork definitely. I'm doing some online courses, so that's got a chunk of my time. Just doing work around the house. We're doing the deck in the back there. So my mom, and dad's got me getting to work. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, just staying home and trying not to go out too much. But definitely, my parents are hard on us about chores, so. That's it.
They're putting you to work. It's good.
Oh yeah.
Making your keep. What have you been watching through the past couple of months? Anything good on TV?
I'm a big YouTube guy. I think I watched everything on Netflix, big in Game of Thrones, but now I'm on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Just like I like documentaries, like history documentaries. Actually, the thing I watched last was the Michael Jordan thing.
Last Dance, big Last Dance guy.
Yeah. I like that. I enjoyed that.
And what did you take away from that about Michael Jordan?
He's a winner. You know, he does whatever it takes to win. And you know, even if he was hard on his teammates sometimes, you know, he made them better. So I really enjoyed it. Kind of the back scenes of their dynasty back in the 90s, but it was good. Did you watch it?
I still haven't yet. I've been, working my way
Oh,
through Gilmore Girls, and now as soon as that's done, then we're on to the Last Dance.
yeah, you gotta
Priorities,
watch it.
man, priorities.
Yeah,
We're gonna be done this week, and then it's the Last Dance this weekend.
good,
That's,
man.
we'll pile right through. I
Good.
can't wait. What's your big history plan? What do you love about history?
I'm big into I'm big into World War II.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of the Germans, the Axis, and the Axis and the Allies, just stuff like that. Just always liked history going up through high school. My dad's big into history as well, so we're always kind of shoot back and forth. Just like facts and stuff. I don't know why I like it so much. It's just intriguing to me. Yeah.
Now, let's talk a little hockey. This season for you, in the Q, you made that transition from Halifax to Chicoutimi. What was that transition like for you after the trade?
It was great. It was my first time getting traded in my career. I was sad leaving Halifax because I was there for the last 2.5 years, but Chicoutimi was awesome, man. Like, the boys welcomed me so well. They were all French. I think there was only 3 English guys on the team, and I was one of them. So all French, but I went to Jean Lajoie, so I know I'm bilingual. So it was easier for me, but it was great. It's a great little city up there. I think it's 60,000 people. It's in the Saguenay region, and I enjoyed every minute of it. It was awesome.
And what's the fan base like there in Chicoutimi compared to what you were used to in Halifax?
Yeah, I'd say it's more like playing in front for the Lumber Kings. It's a smaller rink. The ice surface is bigger, but it's a smaller barn. But man, up there they're crazy. The French, no, they're great crazy. It's a good crazy. Like
Oh
they're
yeah.
very passionate about hockey. They got your backs all the way. Just a lot of noise because up there in northern Quebec, you're actually allowed noise horns. In Halifax, you weren't allowed to bring them in the rink, so that was a change. They were big on that, but that was good.
And when you look back on your time in Halifax, what were your favorite memories there with the Mooseheads?
One comes to mind. It was last year playoffs. I thought about this. I've been thinking about this a lot actually because the Mem Cup Finals was actually a year ago from today. Sadly, we lost that, but one of the best memories would be Game 6 on that run that year. Last year, we beat Drummondville in the semifinals, and that was the best time. It was on home ice, beat them in overtime in Game 6, and they're like considered the better team on paper, and beating them was an unbelievable feeling. It was awesome.
Now, how are your feelings this year after the QMJHL season was canceled and you guys were looking pretty good? Chicoutimi sitting in third in the queue, but having a great season, looking in good shape to potentially go on a run.
Yeah, you're right, exactly. We were, like you said, we were third in the league, 6th or 7th in the country. We had a great team. We kind of the Chicoutimi like stacked up, and we were doing well. And then for me personally, it was exciting because I was given another chance to go to win the cup again on another great team. But yeah, when that COVID hit, it was tough. It was tough on the whole organization. The 20-year-olds, like including myself, it was our last year, so our last time. But better safe than sorry. But it did in the moment. It was tough. Yeah.
Now, with this being kind of an end for a junior career for you, does it add a bit of, an extra sting that, you don't get that, an actual last game or an actual last push for you?
Yeah, no, you're right. Because playing our last game, we didn't know it was our last. It kind of, it was tough because we couldn't play our last game or know it was, and not we didn't know if it was our last time fighting alongside like my teammates, and it was tough, but it's it is what it is. Move on.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, once the world does return to normal, you are off to St. FX, right?
Yeah, yes, that's correct. I'm off the X. I'm taking business, and hopefully the season it might get delayed, but hopefully it resumes at some point, and I'll play for the X-Men.
And now, truly shocking to see a kite go off to Antigonish. Can't believe it.
I know,
But what are you looking forward to about St. FX and joining the X-Men team?
Yeah, no, like you said, like everyone in my family went to St. FX. If I didn't go, I think I would have got my head rung a little bit. But I'm glad I'm going. Everyone's got an X-ray in the family, so I'll be the last one. But just about St. FX, I've visited plenty of times because my dad works there. My brothers went there. It's a great environment. It's a great school. I know the fans go to the games. They got a little good fan base there, and just experiencing something new, and getting my education done, and being with my dad there. So it's going to be an exciting time.
Now, you're taking business. What do you plan to do after school then? Do you have any ideas on what the future holds for Patty Kyte?
Yeah, so hopefully graduate with my business degree, and I plan to play pro, whether it's in North America or playing in Europe. Europe would be a pretty cool experience. We'll see where it goes, but I'll definitely, continue my hockey and hopefully play pro at some point.
Right on. We'd like to hear that.
Yeah.
Now, we're here in Pembroke, both of us. When you look back on your 2 seasons with the PLK, what are your favorite memories that you like to cherish and look back on those years?
Just it was a great time overall. Being a 16-year-old from the Valley, from Pembroke, from the Valley, hometown, it was unreal, man. Like, enjoyed every second of it. I think scoring my first goal was a big one. My mom and dad were in the stands. We were down 2-1 against Cornwall, and I think I scored with like 2 minutes left to tie to send it to OT. So that was a big moment. And playing alongside my cousin when I was 17, Johnny Kyte, he's a 20-year-old here. Yeah, it was just great, just the whole environment, going to Jean Lajoie, going to the rink right after school, missing fourth period. Well, I'd spare, but it was just, it was a great time. And looking back, I wish I could have had a couple more years here in Pembroke, but Halifax and Chicoutimi were great too.
Right on. Absolutely. Now let's end it off with a quick lightning round for you. You're off to St. FX, so we want to know, if you were one of the X-Men, who would you be?
I don't know much about the X-Men, but is Wolverine an X-Men?
Oh, he sure is.
Yeah, I'd be Wolverine. I love Wolverine. I used to grow up watching him. How about you? What would you be? Who would you be?
Oh, I'd be Cyclops, I guess. People don't ask me questions on this show. Patty, what are you doing?
No,
I ask the questions here. Come on. I eat Pop-Tarts and ask questions. That's what I'm here to do. Who do you want playing you in the TV movie of your life?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
At his current age?
When he was in the Titanic. I don't know how old he was there, but he was a gun in that one.
When were you born, Patty?
1999.
Titanic came out in 97, so I do want to point out to you that that's not possible. But
I don't know. I like it. We could use them. We could go back a little bit.
Well, there's technology. We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen, man. What's the best place to eat in Pembroke?
Peter Shack.
I like it.
Yeah.
Who's the best coach you've ever had?
My dad, Murray Kyte.
Shout out to the family.
Yeah.
And what music is on your personal Get Psyched playlist?
Morgan Wallen, my hometown.
Right on. And we're throwing it over to my personal Get Psyched playlist now. We've got Keira Roberts coming up right here with a couple sets to end us off on Hockey Town Hangouts here on a Friday night. Patty Kyte, thank you so much for joining us here. Stay safe. Keep on doing what you're doing, and we hope to see more of you in the near future. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Elijah.
Hello there. My name is Keira Roberts, and I am currently in Kingston, Ontario, and I'm going to play a couple of songs for everyone today. These are all originals, and I hope you like it. This song is called Bella. Bella, where did you come from? Must have been out of space. 'Cause I swear you've got that something Earth can't replicate. Bella, where did you come from? Was it heaven above? 'Cause there's no way I can look at you without feeling love. She's so kind, a warm shoulder. I don't mind that you're older. Bella, where did you come from? Was it Paris or Rome? 'Cause I swear that you're the baddest chick I've ever known. Bella, where did you come from? Who gave you that name? Did they know it matched you perfectly, one and the same? She's so kind, a warm shoulder. I don't mind that you're older. Bella, why you feeling so far away? I hope you know I want you to stay. Bella, why you feeling so far away? I hope you know I want you to stay. Bella, why you feeling so far away? I hope you know I want you to stay. Bella, why you feeling so far away? I hope you know I wanted you to stay. Bella, where did you come from? Speculation aside, I'm so happy that you've walked into my life. Bella, where did you come from? Hope to visit one day, but for now I'll live my life now in that same way. She's so kind, a warm shoulder. I don't mind that you're older. Woo! Thank you. Great. Okay, this next song is, it kind of goes with the times. This is a song about having good luck and bad luck at the same time. And yeah, just how something can be good and also bad. And it's called How It Goes. My hands are shaking, the winter makes me lazy. Don't know if it's the lack of light or maybe just the baking. I feel like swimming, 'cause sitting just ain't living. I know you think my bed is whack, they just The food's too good for one bite. My back is always aching, but I never seem to sit upright. I got no money, cause I love organic honey. And I love to vacation to places so warm and sunny. That's just how it goes. And the grass ain't always greener. You could be nicer, but you're meaner. That's just how it goes. Yeah, everyone knows the cons and the pros. That's just how it goes. She won the lottery, then satin, poison ivy. He got a better job, they broke up cause of timing. We finally headed west as it all set on fire. She finally told the truth to the world's biggest liar. That's just how it goes. Yeah, everyone knows the cons and the pros. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. Yeah, everyone knows the cons and the pros. That's just how it Nice. The auxiliary percussion brought to you by Princess Street Traffic. Lots of motorcycles this time of year. Okay, this next song is written about a very sensitive boy that I know, and his name is Drew. And the song is called Drew. There is no way I could hate you. So please tell me, what did I do? Have a run, drink a tea, maybe get some sleep. 'Cause Drew, you know it's not true. Yeah, Drew, you know it's not true. Let's start things over again. There are no trees, but we're still friends. Have a run, drink a tea, maybe get some sleep. 'Cause Drew, you know it's not true. Yeah, Drew, you know it's not true. You're zoning off into a stare underneath your messy hair. Come, won't you play me a song? We never have that long. Have a run, drink a tea, maybe get some sleep. 'Cause Drew, you know it's not true. Yeah, Drew, you know it's not true. Thank you. Okay. It's hot. Summer has come early. Not mad about it. Okay, so in my next song is a song for the whole family, and it's about cannibalism.
All right, sitting here between sets now with Keira Roberts. It is a joy to get to catch up with an old friend. Keira, how are you doing?
I'm so good. It's so good to see you, Elijah. Someone asked me today who I was doing the show with, and I said Elijah Wood because I literally thought that was your last name for a minute. And then I'm like, that's not right. It's McKeown.
Close enough. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm honored to be associated with a man of his, I don't know, legacy, I suppose.
Legacy. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. He's lived a life, and I've lived something similar to it. So I'll take it this day and every day.
Yeah.
Where are you joining us from tonight?
Tonight I'm in a nice, steamy, hot apartment in Kingston, Ontario.
There's no place better than a nice,
No,
steamy apartment in Kingston,
I know.
Ontario.
Heaven on earth.
As many great artists have. Now, how have you been spending the past couple of months, Keira?
Oh God. Well, it's been okay actually. I spend a lot of time. I've started reading again, which is nice because, you know, it's something we should all do. So I've been reading a lot, which is good. Been listening to a lot of music. I was working on this play. I was supposed to be doing a play in the Fringe Festival this summer, which unfortunately got canceled. But now I have a bunch of material for this weird one-woman show that I'm like writing. So who knows? I mean, it's been good though. Cooking lots, which is good. I think everybody's doing a lot of that. Yeah, that's it. I have two sisters that live in Albania right now. So normally I don't Skype them too much because of the time difference, but I've been talking to them a lot. So those are some good things that have kind of come out of that. And other than that, I've watched every movie on Netflix.
Now let's start to break down some of this artistic stuff. What have you been, let's start with the books. What have you been reading?
Okay, yeah. So I read The Haunting of Hill House, which is what's her name? Shelley. She's like a horror series writer. So I read Haunting of Hill House, and it scared me quite a bit. I'm reading this one right now that's called The Saturday Night Ghost Club. Basically, I borrowed all these books from my friend who's really into like the horror genre series, which isn't totally my thing. But anyway, I've been reading those. And I also read The Tattooist of Auschwitz. And I've read, I don't know, a couple more. I can't think now, but a couple of those. Nice, couple of dark reads for these dark times, apparently.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what have you been listening to?
I'm really into right now. The Haim sisters are coming out with their third album. So they've released, I think, 5 tracks at this point from their new album, and they are all absolute bangers. So a lot of Haim. Do you know Dangy? Is that her name? Dangme?
No,
she's an Australian
no, I
artist.
don't.
She's really cool, but she's been putting out some new music. And then I got really into, I used to be really into musical theater, so I've revisited a love of some musicals, and I discovered Cabaret, which is a musical that everybody should listen to. So I've gotten into that a lot. Yeah.
Thank you for introducing me to more musical theater while we were in school. It made me a bit of a musical theater nerd, and it changed my life a little bit. And,
it's good. It's great music.
Oh, absolutely it is. And now, as you said, you've watched every movie on Netflix. What have you been watching to get you through this past couple months?
Yeah. So I watched the Michael Jordan documentary and loved it. And I bought a basketball, and I now think I'm Michael Jordan. So that's a good part of my life. And then
this show should have been sponsored by The Last Dance. The Last Dance has been pumped out so much on this show throughout this month.
It's so good. You don't even have to like basketball to have watched it. You just have to like pop culture, I think. And then I watched Forrest Gump last night, a classic. I've kind of been getting into like watching some of the older ones that I liked when I was a kid. So I watched 50 First Dates. Stuart
also watched
Little.
that during quarantine. Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm also finding that like I haven't been very like emotional. Like I'm not like sitting here crying every day, but whenever I watch a movie, which I don't normally do, I just bawl my eyes out. So like Stuart Little was like an emotional roller coaster for me. It was bad.
A lot going on in that mouse flick.
The animation holds up. I would recommend it.
That's a take. I love it.
Hot takes.
What's something cool that you've done during all of this that you're really proud of?
Oh God, don't ask me that. Something that's really cool that I've done.
Even a little bit cool, maybe on the spectrum of cool.
Oh, okay. So I was was taking this art class as part of my school, and anyway, it ended up you had to start to do a portfolio by yourself, and you're supposed to basically do an artistic portfolio over 4 months showing your progress on a goal. So I chose sketching, and then I didn't do it for the first 3.5 months, and then I had like literally 48 hours to produce a portfolio's worth of my progress. So in one day, I drew like 10 or 12 different sketches, and I had to show significant progress, right? So I was pretty bad at the beginning, but anyway, by the end of it, I had a couple of drawings of like hands that were honestly pretty good. They had some 3-dimension to it. So worked on my sketching, I guess, is a goal. And you know what? I'm going to say my jump shot too. Find the basketball.
There you go. It's impressive.
I've improved my
are
jump
Michael
shot.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What's one thing you're looking forward to most when when life returns to normal?
Oh, I want to have a barbecue so badly with all of my friends and my family.
That sounds great.
I want to be able to hold the same ketchup bottle as my mom and not be scared, you know? That's really
the little
the end goal.
things.
Just see people, just a barbecue.
I'm with you there.
Yeah.
Well, Kyra, we can't wait to see you in person again, and we're looking forward to being able to hang out non-virtually, and we can't wait to get there again. And thank you for hanging out with us here tonight. We love the first set. Can't wait to see the second set. Thank you for being here so with us tonight. Much love to you, and we can't wait to see what comes next.
Cool. Thanks for having me.
Hello, welcome back to set 2. Right now, I'm being joined by Ray. Thanks for coming out, Ray. And this is a song that we wrote together, and it's called Promise to Helen. Hope she wasn't wrong. Made a promise to Helen. song. Okay, a couple more. This song is called Casita, and it's about a trip that I had down in Panama where I lived in basically a garden shed for like a month. Anyway, this is a song about that experience. Show it, bad things happen down in the casita, and you've got a sweet way of knowing things. Yeah, you've got a sweet way of knowing things that I don't know. I started sweating at lunch with a German. We didn't know just what he was serving. Walking on home, you get there much faster. Taking your time, getting up a disaster. And you've got a sweet way of knowing things. Yeah, you've got a sweet way of knowing things that I don't know. The dog starts barking as you're napping. There's dust in my eyes from the cars that are passing. And just when I think I'm so sick and tired, I'm not tired of your face, and I'm not sick at all. So I started slipping, you started laughing. Only we'd have a flood in dry season. No one would know it, but time it would show it. That shit happens down in the casita, and you've got a sweet way of knowing things. Yeah, you've got a sweet way of knowing things that I don't know. Woo! Sweet. Okay, this next song is the most recent song I've written, and it is about my biggest problem that I've had so far dealing with our current climate. I don't have too much to do. I will walk away my afternoon. So nice to be outside. Maybe later we could take a drive. Get miles away from here. Find a place and maybe have a beer. The joke is when I leave, I always have to pee. Every time I try to leave my house, I swear to God I almost pee myself. Every time I try to leave my house, leave my house, leave my house. Try to time it with my beverages. It's like my bladder always wants revenge. Always feel like the time is out, time is out, time is out. Love to come for a backyard drink. Can I pee in your garden sink? So nice to sit and talk. My walk home is a power walk. Hope they lift restrictions soon, 'cause God, I need to use your bathroom. Though we must protect our health, even if I wet myself. Every time I try to leave my house, I swear to God I almost myself. Every time I try to leave my house, leave my house, leave my house. Try to time it with my beverages. It's like my bladder always wants revenge. Always feel like the time is out, time is out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Every time I try to leave my house, swear to God I almost pee myself. Every time I try to leave my house, leave my house, leave my house. Try to time it with my beverages. Like my bladder always wants revenge. Always feel like the time is out, time is out, time is out. Every time I try to leave my house, I swear to God I almost pee myself. Every time I try to leave my house, yeah. Every time I try to leave my house, swear to God I almost pee myself. Every time I try to leave my house, leave my house. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm gonna play one more song. I'm gonna do a quick little change in tuning. I guarantee it won't be the most boring thing you've done today, but hang on. Closer. And yeah, thank you City of Pembroke for having me, and Elijah, and hope you like it. Can't wait till I can see your face. Sit here in a tent, kind of filled with regret, but you know I love to bet, and all my money's on you. I wish I could be closer to you. Sit around and listen to your tapes. You could be writing though you finish it with X and O's. No place I wouldn't go to be next to you. I wish I could be closer to you. I wish I could be closer to you. Thank you so much. Once again, I'm Keira Roberts, and it has been a pleasure. Enjoy your weekend.
And that's our show. Thank you for hanging out. 4 weeks down. You've made this a reality for an entire month now. Thank you to Barb Lundquist and the whole team at HGS Canada for making this show happen all throughout May. Thank you to Trevor Riley and the whole squad at Your TV Ottawa Valley for getting this thing onto TV. Thank you to Levi Post, making everything make sense here. Thank you to April Verch, to Patty Kyte, to Kira, to Ray, everyone for coming to kick back, hang out with us on a Friday night, making it all happen virtually. Thank you to all of you guys for coming and having some fun with us. It was a great time. Thank you to all of you for watching, spending your time with us on a Friday night or whatever night you watch. It was a great time. Thank you. Please come back and hang out with us again next week. We want to have you back here. Please keep following all health regulations so we can hang out in person sooner rather than later. I miss you. I miss all of you that were on the show this week. I miss all of you that weren't on the show this week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We will see you next week. Please support your community, whether you live here, whether you don't live here. We love you. Support each other. Be good to each other. We'll see you next time. Good night.